Missy here from TheJollyFatElf. Thank you so much for joining me. So in today's video, I have another leftovers card. If you missed my last one, I made a card using items that were left over on my desk. In fact, I've done 2 of those now, and this is going to be the 3rd one. So if you saw Monday's video, you know I had a ton of those letters. I cut out the word peace probably 30 times, it felt like. So I have a lot of letters left over. I have some paper left over as well, so I thought we would create a really fun, festive, bright card using a bunch of leftovers that were on my desk. So if that is interesting to you, don't forget to subscribe. Be sure to leave me a comment, heart, give the video a thumbs up. All the engagement is much appreciated. So yeah, before I go on any further, let's head over to the craft table and we'll get started. Okay, friends, I have a piece of cardstock here that I have put some of that adhesive that I picked up off of Amazon. You can see just how strong it is right here because I accidentally dropped that and I couldn't get it off without ripping underneath it. So again, this was made after from leftovers that are on my desk. I am cutting some things down a little bit smaller just to vary the size of the strips. But this is an 8, no, it's not, Misty. It's a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 sheet of paper that I've put that adhesive on. That way I can add these strips and then I'm going to die cut it down. So I have a mix of colors, and again, these are all colors that you guys have seen over the last couple of days in my videos, and I really do enjoy this color palette. You're going to see a couple more cards with this color palette in the next couple of weeks, but like I mentioned last Friday, don't be afraid to play with color. Nowhere does it say that only red and green are the colors of the season. You can really make the colors of the season whatever you want it to be. And I can promise you, you can find these colors of ornaments at your local craft store or wherever you buy your holiday stuff. Your holiday stuff. So I'm trimming off the majority of this with my scissors and then adding and filling in holes. I wasn't too concerned about it going all the way to the edge because I am going to end up die cutting this with a rectangle die, but I did want to make sure that the majority of it was covered. And here I'm just trying to move stuff out of the way so I don't lose the pieces that I need or big pieces that I can use again. So this is actually the third biggest stitch rectangle in the ones from Pink and Maine that I have. So it's not the biggest, it's not the next biggest, it's the 3rd one down. And that's because I'm going to add another layer using the next one up. So hopefully that made sense. So here is the other layer that I'm talking about. I thought I was going to do an ornament on the front. I thought I was going to bring in some hot pink ribbon. I ended up not doing that. In fact, this card, this is one of those instances where like I had this idea in my head, and as I kept crafting and crafting and crafting, it just kind of kept going through a process, and we ended up completely away from what my original idea was. But I love this idea so much more. I really, really do. So I decided to pop this up on some of this Scotch foam adhesive, and I'm just putting some on the back. I am trying to use this up. You guys have heard me complain about this one ad nauseum. I'm trying to make my way through it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I don't know if they've changed the material. I don't know what they've done, but I hate it. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on the other layer, and then I'm going to add these both, or this layer, to a white card base. And the white card base is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. Whoo, brain. And I'm just going to put that down using some regular O tape runner. And as you can see on the top right corner, I have that little gingerbread man. He's going to make an appearance in a little bit. But here are all the leftover letters I have from the other day. This is all of them. I have whole bunches. So what I decided to do is bring in another sheet. And so this was actually the same size as the other one. And I brought in the next smaller stitch rectangle to make it a smaller panel, and I'm going to go ahead and add the letters on to that. So this, again, this is like my design process. I play around with something and I'll either like it and keep going with it, or I'll be like, meh, that doesn't really, that's not really tickling my pickle or whatever you want to call it. And I'll move on from that. Tickle my pickle. Oh, brain. I promise my brain is broken. So I am going to go ahead and cut that out. And then I'm also going to adhere this down with the Scotch foam tape as well. So this still isn't that high. I wouldn't think that you would need to add extra postage for this one, but your mileage may vary. This card is available in the Etsy shop if it hasn't already sold, so be sure to check that out. That is linked in the description box down below. Currently having a 20% off sale on your order of $10 or more, and you can find that in the description box. That sale ends on Friday. So I wanted to use that gingerbread man, which you will see later down the road. But I wanted to put the word on first. I'm doing 3 different words of peace, and I'm doing kind of like I did in Monday's video, where I'm alternating the colors of the letters, and I'm going to go all the way across. Of course, the blue ones have adhesive on the back. The pink ones do not. So I'm using glue dots, or I'm using the art glitter glue. Thank you for whoever left that comment telling me what it was. I appreciate it. I feel like I've gotten my money's worth out of these dies. If you missed it on Monday, I was on the Scrapbook Pal YouTube channel and their blog and Instagram sharing a card that I made for them as well. So that's 5 cards now that I've made using this set. So if you're interested, I think it's really worth it. I am going to be destashing mine in the next couple days, weeks. I don't know. I'm not real sure when that's going to happen, but I've gotten my use out of it, and I'm now ready to pass this along to a nice family, a nice house who will use it when I don't think I'll probably use it again next year. So I'm ready for some new. Like I've had most of the stuff I've had now for a couple of years, like my Hello Bluebird and stuff. I am going to be destashing some of that too. I know you're like, Missy, what are you doing with your life? I'm ready for new. I'm ready to give some of the things up. I'm ready to stop holding on to things just because they're pretty. I'm trying to get out of that mindset all over the house. And I will be talking about my word of the year in the next coming weeks. I don't think I talked about that last year because I was in such a bad spot mentally. I'm still not in a great spot mentally. If you're interested in knowing what's going on, you can find a video over on my At Home with Misty channel. I believe that channel is linked in the description box down below. I'm feeling a little bit better, but I'm still not back to 100%, but I am trying my best. Okay. So I've decided I wanted to go ahead and add a little bit of this. This is just embroidery floss that I picked up off Amazon that I've put on some plastic bobbins. I wanted this to look like a scarf. I wanted to bring in a bit more of that pink, the lighter pink, because we have plenty of the dark pink. And I think this is so cute. And I have those colored rhinestones out because initially I thought I was going to go ahead and do like eyes and a mouth. And I was like, no, I kind of like him without either. So it's a blue cookie. So here I'm just kind of setting it down to figure out where I needed to put the foam tape, because half of this is going to go onto the other layer and half of it is going to be on this layer. So I'm adding tall dimensional adhesive where it's going to touch the second layer. And once I do that, that's it. I'm done. This was another leftover card. I really, really love how this one turned out. You'll have to let me know what you think of this color palette in the description. Oh my gosh. You'll have to let me know what you think of this color palette in the comments down below. Words are hard. Anyway, guys, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Leave me a comment, give the video a thumbs up, drop a heart, whatever you want to do. I will see you Friday for another video. Bye for now.